Cyberpunk 2.0 and the base game just got a ton of new updates and brand new information. We also have a massive 30% sale that's happening right now. We got a ton of new information from the community manager as well as 2.0 gameplay from a fellow creator. We also got some Twitch drop / supporter streamer details for the actual launch and a whole bunch more. What's up, world? Trevor back into the Rip, checking out all things Cyberpunk. Okay, so let's just jump right into the actual news. When we might be seeing 2.0, we had a tweet here from the global community director for CDPR, who was replying to a tweet here saying, when can we expect update 2.0 please? Who said here, we should be able to share details about the 2.0 release next week. So it looks like coming off this weekend, we will be able to finally see when we are going to get that 2.0 release. I think a lot of us are hoping for and expecting a release at least a week or two before the actual release date for the DLC. The reason being is it gives people plenty of time to actually get their playthrough set up for the DLC. That's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to wait till like a week before the game comes out and then do my playthrough, get as much as I can done, and have it all set up for the actual release date. Now, there's also been some bigger questions around the actual DLC and where it's releasing at. So someone by the name of Vanguard on Twitter will say, will it be on PS4? I'm seeing both yes and no, which the community director responded with 2.0 is coming only to PC and current gen consoles, not PS4. So yeah, if you are on the older gen platforms, if you are on like the old gen PS4 or even the Xbox One, you're not going to be seeing this 2.0 update. I think a lot of people appreciate this, so we know there's not like a lack of quality there and they're not being held back by the old gen. Also, if they don't think they can make it work and get it happening, they might as well not release it, as we saw what happened on the release date. I think that's a good decision there overall. They won't get the bad PR from the old gen running badly or whatever it is, and they won't have to benchmark or utilize and kind of hold back the game for the old gen, so a lot of the stuff should be next gen theoretically. Although realistically, this is now pretty much the current gen and no longer next gen. We also got some other updates with the actual music with the game and the radio stations to be specific. So someone tweeted here asking, will there be new music added to the game? Community director again responded saying, yes, Phantom Liberty features a brand new radio station, Growl FM, filled with music composed by our community. We're also adding a new original score and more. That sounds completely awesome. I'm glad they're adding new audio and they're even adding audio and music from the actual community. This sounds really cool. I can't wait to listen to it. Cyberpunk's music was absolutely incredible. One of my favorite OSTs. There was honestly so much music in the game. I remember there was like two-hour long playlists that I was listening to. Both had like the radio stations and then the actual score of the game. Just absolutely incredible all around. The game's music was absolutely incredible. And maybe I'll link to those down below if you want to listen to the actual playlist. They're really good. Now they also did expand further on that with someone asking here, will existing radio stations be expanded in any way? The community director replied here saying, no, other than some bug fixes related to dialogue lines, we are not adding new content there. So the original score and the original radio stations aren't going to be having anything new. However, it's really cool they're adding an entire new radio station with a ton of new music, and they're adding even stuff to the original score as well. Again, there's already a ton of music in the game there, so I really don't blame them for not adding even more. Now, if you wanted to see some of the new cool weaponry and even some new gameplay from the actual 2.0 release, you can check out this Twitter thread here, but also by the creator of Munch118X, with a tweet here saying, we're teaming up with the incredible talented Munch118X again to bring you that smooth as butter gameplay, showing off all the cool things you'll be able to do in combat once Phantom Liberty and Update 2.0 are out. Kind of cool that they're actually partnering with a real creator and like someone that can do editing and plays the game properly, doesn't look like a journalist. So there's definitely some cool stuff here with that gameplay. There's two, I believe. If I find any more tweets or anything else from the creator itself, I'll post those down below. There's also an official tweet here from the Cyberpunk game Twitter, who also showcased some of Munch content here, and it's a bunch of stuff with the starting weapons and all the different things that you can utilize there. Now, we do have those Twitch drops, or more so, it looks like it's going to be a supportive streamer program. I do wonder if they're also going to do Twitch drops as well. Haven't seen anything on it, but maybe I'm missing that, so maybe they are doing Twitch drops with this as well, but it looks like we are getting a supportive streamer, which was similar to the Diablo 4 release as of recent. So you will need to essentially gift 2 subscriptions, and I think you could do that to any streamer that's in this program, or maybe even combine one with the other. Now, if you are somehow a streamer that's actually watching this video, then you will need to apply by tomorrow on the 10th, and that will end at 11:50 p.m. PST. And from the detailing here, it does say purchasing 2 subscriptions across participating channels. Again, I don't know if you have to purchase 2 specifically from one channel or if you can purchase 1 from another and 1 to another. Probably means that along the lines, although I guess maybe I'd be safe and just do the 2 and the 1. It looks like it's for a specific sniper rifle, so you'll only be able to get that through this unless you, of course, probably mod it in. Still kind of cool from like a creator perspective that they have this type of stuff. I also hope they do like Twitch drops with it too. I think that would be really good and bode well for the game. If there are any updates with that stuff, maybe there will be some in the coming weeks or even when they announce update 2.0 or showcase more of it at least. The official Cyberpunk game Twitter also kind of showcased and kind of teased this airdrops. Beware, you're the only one interested in their combat. This would have been so cool if they did Twitch drops with this and like it actually dropped into your game or there was like some sort of mechanic there. Probably far-fetched and not going to happen. But wow, that would have been a really cool idea to kind of press on and go further with. Still cool to see that they're adding dynamic content to the game and making the world feel more alive, which I definitely think is one of the major criticisms and contention points with the original game. Now, if you haven't purchased Cyberpunk already, or you are looking to buy both the Cyberpunk game and the DLC, there is a massive, and I mean massive sale going on right now. The game is essentially going to be $55 with the DLC. So you're going to get the DLC and the game itself, all for $55. Now, this is through GOG. This is one of the cheapest it's been. The game is $30 on there, and the DLC then $25, or at least that's kind of how it breaks down with the math there. And yeah, this is some of the lowest it's ever been. I'll link these 2 websites down below. The one that my buddy actually put me on with is thereanydeal.com. Essentially, you can go there and kind of check the stats and the history of how the game was, essentially to the sales and how much it cost. There was this exact same Steam sale a little bit ago, so you could have bought this on Steam. However, now the current sale is through GOG. It's just a great deal all around. And yeah, if you're looking and didn't get the actual base game and need the base game plus the DLC, then this is the actual way to do it, in my opinion. Since the other outlets, I think, are $90 with everything, I think it's still $60 for the game and then $30 for the DLC. So you'll be spending $90 compared to $55. Yeah, this is a massive deal. I'll leave both links down below so that you can check both of those out and kind of check out when you want to reach the sale. However, the Steam one just ended a little bit ago, so I'm not sure how much longer this GOG one is going to last. It honestly could go away any minute since we are getting closer to the release, and yeah, I kind of expect them to take it away and not leave it there for the actual release of the game. We've also had a ton of posts on the Cyberpunk Reddit about should you wait for Phantom Liberty until they play the game, and should you wait for this long or this? And as I reiterated earlier, I do think the best way to kind of play this or how to do it is to get your playthrough as close as you can to the DLC release date. So I would obviously wait for the 2.0 release, which seems to be coming either in the next week or the week after that, and then kind of manage your time there with, if you can, get your playthrough as close as you can or at the ending point to then have yourself set up for the DLC. You almost don't want to play it too early in some sense, as you might kind of lose and forget things from when the DLC drops. So getting that playthrough as close as you can to the DLC release without kind of pushing into that, I think would be the most optimal. That's about cover for today's video. Like, and subscribe, and until next. Deuces.